Episode 155, From Mechanics to Execution, Entering the Runtime Engine of Reality. Up to this point, we have been building understanding. Now we shift into operation. This episode bridges everything we have covered into what comes next. What we have completed. We have completed 4 foundational layers. Foundations: what reality is made of, structure, how consciousness is organized, functions, what each component does, timelines, how output paths are generated, corrected, and stabilized. These explain what happens. Now, the missing question: how does all of this actually run? What executes these processes? What decides priority? What resolves conflicts? What turns signal into lived experience in real time? Introducing the runtime layer. Reality does not operate conceptually, it operates computationally. There is a runtime environment, there is a processing stack, there is a compiler, and there are execution rules. Why this layer matters: without understanding the runtime, people try to force outcomes. They apply intention without knowing execution order. They try to leap timelines without sufficient bandwidth. They override feedback instead of debugging signal. That's not how system works. What the runtime engine is: the runtime engine is the active processing layer of reality. It receives inputs: identity, perception, emotion, choice, correction. It processes them and it renders output. What the compiler does: the compiler translates internal state into executable reality. It checks coherence, compatibility, stability, safety. If conditions aren't met, execution is delayed, rerouted, or corrected, not denied, compiled. Why we call this the field? What we call the field is not mystical, it is the runtime environment. Always listening, always processing, always responding. The big transition: so far we have explained what reality is, how it is structured, what its functions do, how timelines form. Now we explain how it actually runs. What comes next? Next we move into runtime engine architecture, the processing stack, automatic versus manual execution, feedback loops, debugging, distortion, compiler rules. This is where conscious navigation becomes precise. Key insight: you don't manifest reality, you interface with the system. Understanding the system changes everything. Foundations gave us language, structure gave us form, functions gave us mechanics, timelines gave us paths. Now we enter execution. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and follow for more aligned content. And if you're new, I would suggest please start with episode 0, the source field. Everything builds progressively from there onwards. And also please do not forget to download free books and PDFs from the link in my bio. Thank you.